My name's Sheldon Livesay. I'm the director for ofoneaccord ministry that serves Hawkins and Hancock County in Appalachia, Upper East Tennessee. You know, over the last few years, we've done a really good job in recording our numbers and showing what God has done through us, through the numbers of people that we serve and some of the increases that we see. But we've not done as good a job showing the miraculous things that God has done in answer to prayer. Many times we pray and then we see God show up. So we're going to begin a series of letting people tell the stories of the miracles that happen here. I'm going to be telling some staff, some volunteers, and even mission team members that come in from other places in the United States will be telling some of these stories. I hope you enjoy hearing some of the miracles of what God has done right here in East Tennessee. You've heard that God multiplies the fishes and the loaves in the Bible, but do you realize that He still does that in modern day life? Right here in East Tennessee, we've seen that. I wanted to tell you a story because one of the programs that we do is called Christmas for the Children. We serve the county's children right at Christmas time, and part of that program is preparing a traditional food box with all the traditional trimmings for a Christmas dinner, and we give those out right before Christmas time. Well, several years ago, and this was at our other location, we were fixing to do that very thing. Back at that time, I ordered all the food in. I had it downstairs. The Methodist Church here in Rogersville was going to come on a Saturday morning, and back at that time, we did about 150 boxes. Today, we do over 1,300. So a little bit of difference, but this was back at that time. And so the Methodist Church shows up on a Saturday morning. The food is downstairs. They're ready to package it. And guess what, folks? Yours truly, back at that time, we didn't buy new boxes. I would go out to our local grocery stores and I would collect old boxes to pack our food boxes in. But guess who forgot to get food boxes that week? I hadn't been to the grocery stores. So the folks from the Methodist Church said, well, don't you have any boxes here at all? And I scratched my head and I asked the girl, and I said, do we have any boxes anywhere? And you went from our thrift store down a flight of stairs, and at the bottom of the stairs, the lady said, you know, when somebody brings clothing in a box, we throw the empty box at the foot of the stairs. Why don't you go down and see if there's some boxes there? So I go down and you know, there's maybe 14 or 15 boxes, and I take the folks from the Methodist Church down and look, and they said they had an idea. You know, if you take a utility knife and cut around the middle of the box, and you take the top and you take the bottom, if there's 14 or 15, maybe we can get 25 or 30 out of that. Why don't you do that? We'll make up as many boxes as we can, and then Monday morning you'll just have to go out to the grocery stores, get some extra boxes, make them up as you go and as you give them out. And I said, you know, that's not the best option, but that's what we can come up with. So we just prayed that God would bless this time. Now there was a wall, and if you imagine, there's 10 people on the other side of this wall making up boxes. So I'm going to be the one cutting and taping, cutting and taping. I reach down and get one, I cut it and I tape it. And of course, they're faster than I am, so they're always there needing the next box. So I'm cutting and handing, cutting, taping, and handing, cutting, taping, and handing. In a little bit, one of their team members comes and he says, do you have just one more box? The last box was laying in the floor. I tape it up and I said, how many did we make up? And he said, we've done all 150. We didn't have but about 30 boxes there, but God multiplied the fishes and the loaves because the people we serve are that important. Now, you might not see miracles like this in other places of the country, but in Appalachia, we see them like this all the time. That's why we're telling these stories, so that we can bless you with the fact that God still operates in modern day America, in modern day world, just like He did throughout Bible times. Thank you for hearing. Thank you for being with us today.